ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I've bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Well, that should give you an idea of what this game's about. So, welcome to Darkest Dungeon. Don't mind the other save file. I haven't really. That's just kind of. I'd be lying if I hadn't said I hadn't played this before. The thing is, I haven't gotten that far into it. So I'm just gonna do this for the name, and let's go.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't heard of this game or hasn't gotten the gist of it quite yet, this is essentially a procedurally except for this first mission, it's essentially a procedurally generated dungeon crawler with procedurally generated dungeon crawler that plays more like the games of. It's an RPG first and foremost. However, Sandy plays a huge role in it, and I just skipped past that. But that was just the instruction.
Have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Okay, Okay, I'm going to try closing some stuff in the background.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Yes. Combat is turn-based. And probably one of the biggest factors, you see this thing here? That's stress. If that gets to if that gets to 100, then it's... Well, I'll explain stuff once that actually happens, but just know that bad stuff can happen. This entire game is about making the best of a terrible situation.
Found in forgotten places. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
I would use that, but okay. I'm gonna use that just because I need to start getting through this first guy. Come on, stun him. Anyways, yes, this game is definitely one of the more unique games in terms of it's focused on difficulty. I mean, this is essentially the tutorial, and Reynauld, he's almost dead.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Right, and when you kill stuff, their corpses get in the way. So you can't. So it's hard to kill stuff behind them.
Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And there is literally no reason for me to stick around. I mean, sure, I could open up the chest, but honestly, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have that much good stuff. Plus, pretty much everyone knows that, oh hey, that chest is a trap.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Okay, so now, as you can see, there's this list of tasks. These are all the quests that you have to do in order to beat the game. You gotta kill a lot of bosses. And and you also want to get one of each of the classes up to level 6. Okay.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
This is essentially the way you get more heroes.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
And this is one of the few buildings that you want to consistently upgrade.
Pious and unrelenting.
Also, it's important to see which slots they work best in. So she's mostly in. It would be best to put her in 3rd, as this guy is completely ranged, whereas she has at least 1 range.
Of madness and morbidity.
Also, if I felt like it, I could totally go here, but I'd die instantly. So So yeah. Yeah, that's where you need to go. And get in there. Everybody get in there! And it looks like... Okay, I don't know what these title things mean. Oh yeah, also each character has like their own quirks and whatnot. It's like this guy, he's afraid of tight spaces and is obsessed with material things. For whatever reason, this lady has a love interest in the brothel at the tavern. This guy's a known cheat. And this guy is God-fearing and a kleptomaniac. And well, there's also stuff like this, where 10% extra damage, 20% scouting chance in the cove, 20% scouting chance in the ruins. Which right now, the ruins is the only place we can't go.
Measured now in gold. Later.
Generally, you want to take at least one shovel because there's can be obstructions in the path. I've never really seen a reason to take like any spare bandages beyond what the heroes come with. Okay. I'm sorry if it's a bit laggy when I'm doing like the going from room to room thing. At least it's not laggy, well, at least that laggy in the battles. Since that's pretty much the core thing in this game. Well, one of the core things. And I now win.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Okay.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
It's unlocked, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to open. And that was probably a good thing. Oh yeah, there's a wall. Which is why you bring shovels, because you use shovels to get rid of those without getting more stress or in losing light. If you're wondering why I was using the torch, it's because the more light you have, the higher scouting chance and chance of surprising monsters. Both of which are nice. Alrighty. Guess who's getting a bloody? Gonna bleed you dry.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I'm gonna try and be quiet when the guy's talking.
Continue the
At least
onslaught.
for right now, as much.
Them all.
Even though right now it's just sort of like general narration. I'm gonna go for the treasure. Treasure! You better not steal that shit. Oh, thank you. I hate kleptomania. And I couldn't light the torch. Yeah, I still somehow managed to surprise him. That's good. Yeah, have some bullets to the face. Okay. Poison. I'm poisoning you. There we go. And now their turns start.
The slow death.
Unseen. Unforgiven. Oh, you're gonna die. Oh, no. Guess I gotta shoot you in the face.
Broken. Maintain.
I wouldn't have had to do that if you had just laid down and died.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Journal page. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk. But soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Bolin, and I hesitated, but thrice damned Mizir, driven by crazy impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle and thus sealed our fate. I have never seen one of those before. Yay, deeds! Alright. Oh, hey, it says the trap disarm chance. Did not know that. Treasure! Oh, and that's why you bring food, because they will get hungry. You can also use it to heal a little bit, but generally not much. Get this out of here. Okay, you guys get poisoned. Okay, buddy. You know what? Shotgun for y'all. Now you're dead. That's what you get when you mess with it. That's what you get when you mess with the adventurers. Eat my axe.
Death
Oh God.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
Eat poison. Bah. Come on. Oh, I guess Dismas will be perfectly fine to go on another expedition. And I win. Just have to wait for this guy's turn to come around. 12 damage.
By inches.
No, not yet. Might as well. Yes! Treasure! Ow! Stunstone. A total of roughly 6,000 gold. And 8 crests, 2 deeds, 4 busts, and 1 painting. We all tactician. Zoophobia. And a blotomania. I have a person who steals stuff as well as
is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
What was that noise I just made? Wait, scattering. Melee range. So basically all of these do 5% less damage. Great. However, he does high damage to beasts, and
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
yeah, I think I'm gonna take this guy.
Tortured and reclusive. This man is more dangerous than he seems.
Also, I guess, wait, what was your stuff again? Okay, so you're perfectly fine. Okay,
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
drink and be merry, my good plague doctor. Drink and be merry. However, I'm going to have to cut that here for right now, because this has been a roughly a normal recording session. So, this has been your host, Storyteller Kravaus, and I will see you all in the next episode of Darkest Dungeons, or whatever. You know,